gosh. Oh, I almost fell. What's up, guys? It's Connie back here with another video. I'm going to start off with saying apologizing. I'm sorry I didn't post. First couple months 2016 have been crazy. It's been, I'm going to say, a fucked up year. So, yeah. Last week, I had a video filmed. It got deleted. It was my everyday makeup video. Everyday makeup tutorial kind of video thing. So yeah, so without further ado, this week's video is, I know the beginning when I was like introducing my YouTube channel and this and that, so I was going to do story times. This is a story time. Oh my god, coming out. This is a story time video, and this one is going to be about the time I was in the cemetery at midnight. So yeah, as you can tell by the title of this, the story is going to be Cemetery Midnight. So, it was, what grade was I in? How old? I was at least 10? No, 13. It was a couple years ago, like 3-4 years ago, and it was me, my mom, my aunt, my brother, and my 2 cousins, and me. I don't mention me, but me too. And it was like my mom's old car, and my mom was in the driver, my aunt was in the passenger, and then it was my cousin, me, and then my other cousin, and then my brother was in the back seat. And we were like all acting up, as usual. We're kids, we're gonna act up. Let's put it this way, me and my brother, I think my brother was in 9th grade, I was in 8th grade, because my little cousins, or one was in middle school, and one was in, it was something like that. But now I'm a senior, and my brother's a senior too, so it was something like that. So we were acting up in the car, and we just got done like eating ice cream and like everything, and so we were super hyper. So that was like the most like retarded thing that they could have done, was giving 4 kids, it's like midnight, and give us ice cream, and we're like wired now. So we're driving, like my mom's driving, and we're just like chilling in the car, you know, doing our thing, like looking out, acting up. So where my grandparents are buried, there's 2 cemeteries that are connected. So like you can enter through one, and like it connects to the other, and like you can end out like like one connects to like one cemetery. Like you pull in, and like you pull into like one cemetery, then you go like past like the office kind of thing, and like you can enter to the other cemetery where like my grandparents are buried, and my great grandparents are buried. So yeah, they're like in there. So I know the road. So we passed the first cemetery, like we didn't like go down that road. So we passed the first cemetery, right? And I know the road, like at dark, I know the road of like as we're going towards the cemetery. So I don't say anything to my cousins or my brother. I just look at I just say, "Mom, really?" She's like, "Yeah." So my aunt and my mom, they're like kind of like, you can count them as sisters, because like they've known each other for a long ass, for a long ass time. So they looked at each other, and my aunt goes, "You're not gonna do it." So my mom goes, "Yes, I am." Okay, so now I know the road, right? Imagine this, it's pitch black out, like it's like midnight out. So there's like a thing, I don't know if it's true or not, but there's like a rumor kind of thing that it's like, if you enter a cemetery at midnight, time stays still. And I didn't believe that. No one believed it. So we pull into the cemetery, right? I'm scared. We pull into the cemetery, and we pulled in at 12 o'clock, right? Literally at midnight, on the dot at midnight, we pulled into the cemetery. So we pulled in, and it was 12 o'clock. So we go through it, like we're like driving like real slow. My mom shuts off her headlights, and I'm freaking out in the backseat. I'm fucking crying. I almost peed myself. Like I almost pissed myself. I'm crying. I'm bugging out. I'm like, no, this is not happening. We are not in here right now. Like I am like crying. That's how scared I was. My brother and cousins are laughing. Like I'm getting laughed at by my family. So I'm crying. So I was like this, like I had my eyes closed, my hands over my eyes. I was terrified. Something like, you know how like you can go like that, like open your eyes a little, but like open your like fingers a little to see. So like we're like driving through, and my mom, God, swear like on everything, she sees these shadows, like, you know how like there's like ghost shadows, and they're like white figures, and like she told me that there was this lady in like a long dress and this guy like carrying like a lantern, and I was freaked out. Okay, so picture this: if you're in the cemetery like past sundown, you can get arrested. So we're driving slow, like no one's coming, like this and that. So we pull out, right? We go like past my grandparents really slow, and it's still like 12 o'clock. And it takes 15 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes to get through my grandparents' cemetery, like to get through the cemetery. So it's 12 o'clock, right? We pull in, that happened. So then we get to my grandparents, and it's still 12 o'clock. So we see like shadows, like figures and ghosts, like walking by. So we figure, okay, nothing. So we get to the bottom where my grandparents are. Okay, there's still shadows, there's this. Thank God, because they say if you see a black figure, then your car and any electronics are gonna shut down. So I'm like terrified. Okay, let's hope nothing shuts down, because we're gonna be stuck here until someone comes finds us, because I was not getting out that car. So we're there, we're doing our thing. So then we pull out of the cemetery. Mind you, as I said before, it takes a good 10 to 20 minutes to get through the cemetery. And we pulled in at 12 o'clock. When we pull out of my grandparents' cemetery, like where they're buried, it was 12:01. So time stood still, and it was true. So, and if you guys don't believe me, go try it yourself. Like, I'm not saying to, but if you don't believe me, like, go do it. Like, drive through the cemetery at 12 o'clock and tell me if time stays still, and write it in the comments. And so, like, we're, like, driving through and all this. And then there's this park. No. Bruce Park, where I live. And we're driving, like, you know, we're just, like, we left the cemetery. Okay, we're all freaked out. So we're driving through this and that. So then we go to Bruce Park. And, like, there's, like, deer there, so, like, obviously, like, there's woods, so there's gonna be deer and stuff there. So like, this time, like, I'm not freaking out anymore. Like, I'm still, like, hyperventilating because I'm, like, I was scared. I kept looking back to see if anything was following us. So, we're, like, just, like, watching, like, just, like, looking around. And no shit we parked, like, we didn't get out the car, but we pulled up, because there's, like, a softball field and, like, the water and, like, mountains, and, like, not mountains, but, like, hills and stuff, and, like, trees and woods, and, like, deer are there. So we pull up, and we, like, not park the car, but we stop the car in the middle of the street, and there were these deer that came out, and deer's eyes aren't usually, my eyes are red, aren't usually red, but they were bright red, like, I don't know how to put it, like, think of, like, when you see, like, a red light, like, on something, like, that's how bright it was, maybe brighter. So we're, like, freaked out. So that was the mother deer the baby that stood up and had bright red eyes. So then, okay, so we move the car up a little bit. So then we see the mother stand up. And the mother standing, she has bright red eyes too. Okay, so this is freaky. Like, deer never have bright red eyes like this. So then after the mother stood up, the father came out of nowhere and, like, stood up, and he was like about to, like, prance to the car, like, run to the car, and his eyes were 10 times redder than the mother and babies. Like, that's how, like, protected they are. Their eyes got so red. So that was freaky, because everyone knows a deer's eyes are never that red, so we don't know what was up with them. So after that, we left and never went back. So this is the next, like, I didn't know about this, but my mom told me about this and this and that. So, oh, and mind it, we went through to check, because we went to the cemetery because my mom had put a solar cross on my grandparents' cemetery. Like, it was a cross, and it was, like, solar, and it was glass, and it got stolen. So we were going, and we put another one. So we were driving through to see if the one that we put there, like, my mom super glued to the statue, was still there, and it was. So that's why we went through. And we, like, went through and everything. We left the cemetery. The next day, right? Where was I? Was this Sunday? Where was I? I don't know where I was, but I think it was Monday or like Sunday or whatever. I don't think I wasn't home. I wasn't with my mom. But my mom and aunt, I think it was a Sunday, yeah. Sunday or Saturday. It was a day during the week, I think, because I wasn't with my mom when this second part happened. So my mom and aunt had went back to the cemetery to like check around, like, because it was creepy. So they went back. Don't know why they went back. They just decided to go back. So when they went back, I guess there was this... What the hell? Don't know what that was. But I guess there was this old lady and she was like looking for her husband's grave. And like she couldn't find it. So then my mom and aunt like picked her up and like brought her like to somewheres. And like the lady gave my mom the number, and they called the number the next day, like after they picked her up and everything and bought her. And they like the number like never went through. They like never found this lady again. Like we still don't know where she is. Like my mom told me about this like the next day. And it was just like so creepy. So like I was just like, I was shocked because the lady, like, my mom and aunt gave her ride to the train station, and then they like swapped numbers, and they called the lady, and like she never called back again. So that was really creepy, because I guess like her husband passed away, and like she was out and she was trying to find where he was buried and this and that. So yeah, it was like really creepy. But the cemetery, I don't know if I would go through it again, but I did one time else. But that's another story time video, guys. So I hope you liked this story time video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I promise I'm off this week, so I will be making videos every day this week. It's Wednesday. It's been busy because my brother left for Georgia yesterday, so I will be making videos every day this week, and I will be posting challenge videos. I'm sorry, I will be back on task. Like, please don't please watch them, subscribe, comment, and like. Comment what other videos you want to see me do. My next videos will probably be a a house tour and probably a room tour. I gotta clean my room and do some things. But yeah, those will probably be the two things: a house tour and a room tour, and an everyday morning routine and like everything, and just other things. Sorry, it's like 6:30. But without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, please like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and the subscribe button. And I think still on YouTube there's a bell that you can hit and get notified whenever I post. So don't forget to hit that button if you're on your phone. I don't know about the computer, but if you're on your phone, please hit that button. Follow me on my social medias. They will be down below in the description bar. I do YouNow, so yeah, watch me on that. And yeah, without further ado, bye guys.